Let's go chop a tree down. Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. I'm just kidding. I'm not cutting a tree down with this bad boy right here. So in yesterday's video, we talked about the 5 C's of survivability, or better yet, the 5 C's to getting your bushcraft gear together if you're just starting out in the bushcraft world. I'll have a link here. If you haven't seen the video yet, check it out. It's pretty informative. So the video got me thinking, out of all the tools that you're going to use as a beginner bushcrafter, the most important tool that you're going to use is most likely going to be your axe. Since that's going to be the most used tool that you're going to have while you're out in the woods, let's talk about some axe safety. So I'm not going to get into too many specifics as far as the name or the parts of the axe. Just to really briefly go over it, you have your axe head, you have the cheek of the axe, this is your cutting blade, the toe, the foot, this would be the eye, and obviously this would be your handle. The bottom line is, no matter how many parts of the axe that you know, utilizing this tool safely is what really matters. One of my favorite shows to watch on TV is Alone. Not only do you learn some great tips and some great things from those survivalists on that show, but you also learn what not to do. One example of what not to do when you're utilizing your axe in the bush or the backcountry or wherever you may be, if you watch Alone, Zach in season 3 was walking along on some uneven terrain. He tripped a few times without his tools, but this one particular time he's walking along with his axe with no sheath on it, tripped on a root, boom, had the axe go right into his arm. An injury like that obviously doesn't take long to get infected if you don't have the proper care for it, and unfortunately that was the end of Zach's adventure on Alone. On season 2, you had Mary Kate. She was doing the old-fashioned batoning while holding a stick, trying to time that she was going to cut that stick and be able to split the wood in half for her fire. Unfortunately for her, she missed, put the toe of the axe in her thumb. I believe she cut like a tendon or something because she wasn't able to move her thumb at all. And unfortunately, because of that injury, she had to hit the button and was obviously eliminated, because again, an injury like that, you're not going to last too long without the proper care. You're going to use your axe a lot, right? Do you keep the sheath on? Do you keep your sheath off? Personally, for me, it's not a big deal to have my sheath on all the time. Just as I make a habit to put my knife back into its sheath when I'm done using it, I've made it a habit to put my sheath back on. Even if I was to take it off 1,000 times, I know 2 things. One, my blade is going to be protected if I happen to drop it. 2, I'm not going to cut myself accidentally if I happen to trip on this bad boy, or if I put it down and kind of lose track of where it may be. I'm not going to get myself injured from this piece of equipment. When it comes to walking around with this thing, listen, I know it's really cool to have this thing over your shoulder. You want to swing this thing around. Recently, as you know, if you've been following me for a little bit now, I was up in Pennsylvania at Coal Cracker. They implemented a really great idea as to when you carry your axe, you're going to hold it up right around, you know, the axe head as high in the handle as you can. You have a lot of control over it right here, and if you're going to fall, you're going to fall forward and you're going to plant the cutting edge into the ground and not into a body part like Zach did in Alone. So it's pretty common sense stuff. You're going to walk around with your axe, you're going to hold it like this, and while you're walking, again, whatever you do, if you trip, if you fall, the blade of this axe is going into the ground and not you. And more importantly, you're going to have the sheath on, so you're never going to get yourself jammed up by sticking this in a piece of your body and then have an injury that might put you in some serious danger. So as a bushcrafter, you're not going to be cutting down massive trees. You're going to be going after saplings that are maybe a ½ inch to maybe 1.25 inches in diameter. Anything bigger, you're most likely going to pull out a handsaw and you're going to use that to cut that piece of wood to do whatever it is that you're looking to do with it. So like I said, as bushcrafters, you're probably not going to go for wood or for saplings too much thicker than this, okay? But there's correct ways and there's incorrect ways to use your axe to split this wood. One of the easiest ways that I recently learned to split your wood, instead of trying to time the old famous, oh no, I missed and cut myself. You're going to take the toe of your axe blade. You're going to put it right at the edge of your sapling that you're getting ready to cut. And then you're just going to use the weight of the axe head to cut it in half, or to split the wood in half. And as you see, no time at all, I was able to split that right down the middle, no problem, and I'm not hurt. Another thing to keep in mind is your circle of safety, or your blood circle, or your death circle, or whatever it is you need to tell yourself to remember that your surrounding area is extremely dangerous when it comes to swinging this axe. Now, granted, you're not going to be swinging down for the fences here to cut down giant trees. You're not going to be chopping giant logs. There is going to be times when you're going to have to process wood that's a little bit bigger than 1 inch or 1.25 inches or even 2 inches. That's when you're really going to have to find the best that you can, some type of flat, even surface wherever you are, and you can safely chop that wood. Axes are great tools, however, they're very unforgiving, and if you do happen to hit not just yourself but somebody else, you could really do a lot of damage and be in a lot of trouble if you're nowhere near help. So if you do happen to have a situation where you need to process a bigger piece of wood than a small sapling, like a log or maybe a 2-inch piece of a tree that you may have cut, and you need to split that, my recommendation, if you're not experienced, is to get on your knees and use a log of some sort or some type of stump in front of you, or maybe even the ground, as level or as even as it can be, and swing while you're on your knees. Reason being, if you do happen to miss, okay, you're not gonna miss and have your axe dig into your shin or cut a toe off. You're gonna miss and it's gonna go into the ground. Now granted, the last place you want to put the cutting edge of your axe is in the dirt so it doesn't hit rocks and debris, but trust me, the last place you would rather your axe be is your leg or your foot. You'd much prefer the dirt and the ground. If you're really not comfortable swinging an axe and cutting down bigger pieces of wood, get on your knees, use something in front of you, and then swing away that way. So again, if you do miss, you're obviously going to hit the ground and not your body. So just to recap real quick, how we hold our axe, how we swing our axe, a circle of safety, and any technique that we want to use to split or process our wood. We now have different ways that we could be safe and avoid not only injuring ourselves, but other people that may be around us. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Some quick tips on how you could be safe while using your most effective tool as a bushcrafter. If you liked the video, smash the like button for me, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and more importantly, ring the bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. I really appreciate you checking me out today. This is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.